Hi, welcome. JP Gusgotzi here for the Coastal Virginia Chamber of Commerce, another one of our civic engagement platforms as we're covering the city of Portsmouth, one of my favorite in all of Hampton Roads. A guest with a big name from her mother and a big name that she's made for herself, Lisa Lucas-Burke joins us. Miss Burke, you're a city councilman and certainly come from a storied family of people that serve Portsmouth. Welcome to the show and glad you're with us.
Great. Glad to be here with you. Thank you, JP, for the invitation. Looking forward to.
Let's start right now. Let's go right into it. You're a city councilman now. Tell some of our viewers about your background and where you want to take the city if you're, again, reelected to another term.
Absolutely. Okay, so I am Lisa Lucas-Burke, the vice mayor currently in the city of Portsmouth. So I'm one of the incumbent candidates who is seeking re-election to the Portsmouth City Council. And my passion has always been economic development, public education, and public safety. That's what I ran on last time, and that's what I plan to focus on again this time. My economic background comes from me serving as a past commissioner with the Economic Development Authority. I went on that authority in 2010, and I served for 6 years, making my way all the way up to the Economic Development Authority chair. And we brought great business opportunities to the city of Portsmouth. And at that time, I realized that, I could do more. Maybe I should run for city council because some of the things that were happening in our city and some of the things that were not happening, I thought that my presence in and on the city council would make a difference to how people visioned, or viewed the city of Portsmouth. So threw my hat in the race and ran for city council in 2016. There were 10 candidates in the race, just as it is this time. I was the top vote getter because I had a passion for the city of Portsmouth being greater than we were before. And it's pretty much the same thing now. I want us to improve our business opportunities that will create jobs for our citizens who are here already and those who are considering Portsmouth as a new place to live, recreate, and live. And also to be able to bring the affordable jobs, not only affordable jobs, but affordable homes. Because if we increase our home stock, our housing stock, then we will get more citizens living on this side of the Elizabeth River. They won't have to go through.
How are you going to bring those jobs in?
Well, working with our business community to ensure that they have what they need to be successful, so that other people will see that, hey, this is a city who's working with the business community by helping them to promote their businesses, by helping them to advertise their businesses, by giving them the tools and the resources that they need to maybe even have incentives to attract new clientele into their business opportunities. And I know that we need to change the footprint downtown so that we get more foot traffic there. Of course, us planning for a casino, which is going to be a referendum on the November 3rd election, is one of the constitutional amendments where citizens will get to weigh in on whether they want a casino here or not. But I think that's going to be a big economic driver for the city of Portsmouth because it promises us to bring at least 1,400, maybe more permanent jobs inside of the casino. And they're high paying jobs. They're table games, they're casino operators, they're the restaurants, and there are also other technical positions and even in finance office. So there are going to be at least 1,400 permanent jobs. And then even before the casino comes up, there's going to promise to be at least 1,300 temporary jobs through the construction, which is promising to also include minority contractors to have an opportunity in that initial project of building the casino once the referendum passes on November 3rd.
Okay, you beat me to the punch right there. I don't want to spend any more time on that. If I hear you loud and clear, you're supporting a big proponent of the casino, yes?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Then you mentioned the other thing about businesses that I was going to jump right into, and we talked about that before we started. Portsmouth on that front page of the paper far too many times for negatives as opposed to positives. If I'm a business and I want to come to Hampton Roads, that leadership, the instability, the resignations there, the firings and things would cause me some concern. And along with the race relations, that seems to be problems there. And as I said, the first song I learned in Sunday school was Jesus Loves the Little Children, red, yellow, black, and white. They are precious in his sight. And what would you do to see, give businesses reassurance that that is going to change and there'll be more stability? And what can you do to improve race relations to get people on the same page?
Right. First, we would need to, work better with our media people to stop giving them negative stories to print. We're doing a lot of great things in our city. We need to focus on our business retention and our business development and how we, go in and assist our businesses with incentives and grants that help them to be better. We go in through our economic development and we offer them a facade improvement grant where they can go in and just change the whole outside look of their building, whether it's the awnings or whether it's paint or whether it's just new signage, on the outside. And, we're offering incentives to help our businesses to be great. And then, being a partner with them through the city's departments on the fourth floor, the zoning, the permits, and all of those things for new businesses coming into the city. And then once people see that, that we're doing things, we're doing more of a partnership, we're advertising their businesses in the Portsmouth pages or on the Portsmouth website, in the water bills, in the personal property bills, highlight some of these businesses every month and let people know that they're here, we're here to partner with them, and that we're here in for their success. And, I think that that's going to improve the business aspect of it. And then as far as the race divisions and what the paper keep printing about, I think that we'll be, benefited if we create a cultural diversity committee, a commission, just like we do our planning commission and our historic preservation commission, and all of those. Appoint some people who are of the diverse background. We want Black and white and Asian and Indian and all of them coming to the table and outlining the things that cause us to be separate in the city, and then have them report back at city council members so that we can start to have those strong discussions and conversations about it, and invite in the civic leagues and then let us know, where we differ. Maybe we bring in the Cavalier Manor Civic League with the Craddock Civic League, and then we can talk through some things. And, we just need to come together with a conversation because we all have something to say and we all need to be saying the same thing so that we stop producing a negative story for people to see, because Portsmouth have a lot of great potential and we just need to capitalize on that by us building up our waterfront. That's going to create more opportunities for business retention and attraction and visitors to the city. We all want to see that blighted area cleaned up, and we are the state has money for that, for the dilapidated buildings. We need to take advantage of that and start increasing more business opportunities for our downtown and those corridors that are high traffic.
Lisa Lucas-Burke joins us. She's the vice mayor of the City of Portsmouth. She wants to continue to be the vice mayor and be on the city council there. I'm your host, JP Guscotzi from the Coastal Virginia Chamber of Commerce, another civic engagement platform. You talked about the great things in Portsmouth. Again, it's one of my favorite cities, from Roger Brown's and the amphitheater to the Commodore and so on and so forth. Let's talk about the COVID, those business grants.
Right.
I don't think we touched on those yet. There's still some money in the kitty, up to $10,000. Just very briefly, how do people get those?
Yeah, for the business community, there is funds in that kitty for them to take advantage of. They could call our economic development department. Robert Moore is our economic development director, and he could assist them on whatever forms or paperwork is required to help businesses take advantage of that, because the state put money into those coffers specifically for that, for COVID, for those businesses who are suffering with that. And then, of course, there's the CARES Act, which the City of Portsmouth received funding from the state for us to be able to allocate for persons who are having difficulties paying their rents or their mortgages, their utility bills. We had COVID Act funding for our employees, those who were essential employees or who were first responders who had to go in and do their job every day and had to come in contact with persons who maybe have been affected by COVID. So we have appropriately disburse those funds. And even our employees who were not eligible for them because they didn't work directly with persons who may have been impacted by COVID, we gave them money. We voted on it, deliberated on it last night to give them funds out of our general fund because we appreciated that they came to work even throughout the pandemic, which, had everybody in a scare at that time. And we're not even out of the neck of the woods right now. We're still going through some aspects of it. So
we're not out of the woods yet. You're exactly right. We're still in the thick of things.
Yes.
There, regionalism. I've been here 36 years, and it struck me within a year that the 7 cities of Hampton Roads, the big cities, were not working together nearly as well as they could. And I always thought, if everybody came together, we're almost 2 million people or something like that.
Right.
So we could, we could have had a professional sports team, maybe. We could have had some other things. How do you support regionalism, and how would you get the cities to cooperate better?
Yes, I mean, I do support regionalism because I know that they bring the benefits, especially for the size for transportation, for sports teams, like you mentioned, but us being able to have our own, Virginia brand. And I would support the regionalism because I believe that all of the Hampton Roads cities bring something to the table. We have strengths, we have weaknesses, and that's where our sister cities should come in and to help prop us up because we all bring something of value to the table. It would help to attract visitors or new citizens to our area. And I think that regionalism would be a benefit, especially in the areas where we are affected by the tolls. There should be some cost sharing. Portsmouth should not be the only city that's negatively impacted by the tunnel tolls, and most people on the west and the north side of us say that, they don't have to come to Portsmouth because they don't have to, come to our city for anything. Everything that they have is within their city. So I think this regionalism would help us to be better all across the Hampton Roads region, but we just need to recognize that everybody brings some strength to the table that, would offer good funding into the pot.
Well, they don't have NFL legend Roger Brown at the Commodore Theater, so they got to come over there for those great
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Schools shut down until at the earliest January. Every poll that I've seen, overwhelmingly parents want the children back in school, A, to get them out of their hair, and 2, so they can get back to work, as well as they understand how frustrating it is for the children not to have the activities and the social interaction.
Yes, I think it is important, but I think that, we're taking the advice of those experts, those persons who know what this pandemic can produce, and with children being, the carriers of some of these, COVID issues, that is a concern. So I think that the schools have acted appropriately to delay it through January. And I know that it impacts the families in some ways. People are homeschooling, people are doing the virtual learning. And I know that we have some concerns with some students who are not having the technology that they need to stay abreast. I would love, in a perfect world, I would love for the students to have gone back September, just like the regular school year started up. But I know that there is some caution that we still have to take in effect, especially with the numbers that are being produced daily and weekly, not only in Portsmouth, but all across the Commonwealth. Those numbers are still, not where we need them to be. But I would be advocating January 1 to do whatever it is that we need to do to get those students back online, because I know that those parents need to get back out to work, and that the students need to be able to have that socialization and that time, because they learn better sometimes from their peers than they do from their parents. And so, and the teachers want to get back into the profession of what they have been hired to do as well. So I
learned a lot of stuff from some of my peers that my mom wish I'd never done. But I agree with you. That social interaction. As we wrap up here, Vice Mayor of Portsmouth, Lisa Lucas-Burke, joins us. The voters, what are they telling you that is most passionate to them, and what is most passionate to you here in the final couple minutes?
Yes, in the last final couple minutes, that what's most important to our voters is they want some kind of unity and harmony in the city of Portsmouth, and they want anybody at the table who can make that happen. And I believe that that is important to me too, because we need to have some unity, because we need to be able to work together. There's 10 people in the race for the Portsmouth City Council, and if we don't get the right combination of people who can work together or who will try to work together on some common goals, then we're still back at square one, because you have somebody who's not getting any legislation through because you can't work with the person to your left or to your right. So I would definitely say that we need some kind of unity in order to propel us into a better future.
Voters get to vote for 2 of the 10. This is at large seats.
They're all at large seats, and there are 3 city council seats that are vacant. I'm one incumbent, there's another incumbent, and then there's this 3rd seat is open because former councilwoman Elizabeth Simmons is not seeking re-election. So there are 3 city council seats that are open. There are 10 candidates in the race. I'm claiming one of those seats, so the other 2 are up for grabs.
So the top 3 vote getters get sent to city council. Right?
Absolutely, the top 3 vote getters go in.
People get in touch with, Lisa Lucas-Burke at your website, or
my
any
website,
final words?
Is Lisa Lucas-Burke.com. And you could go there and you can find out more about me and my campaign, and how I plan to make the city of Portsmouth a better place to live, work, and play every day.
It's already a good one. I know that I love it. I love having you on. You brought great energy to the interview. Lisa Lucas-Burke, Vice Mayor, City of Portsmouth. She wants to be that again 3 weeks from now when we all go to vote. I'm JP Gusgazzi, the Coastal Virginia Chamber of Commerce, another civic engagement platform. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.